Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? LiveWire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is LiveWire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
All right, what's good, everyone? Welcome to another LiveWire Sports Media update. All right, so this particular video is pretty much a what-if video. A what-if video is like almost like equivalent to Marvel what if, like if a character was to have this kind of power, or this character was superior, or this character was this, so forth and so on. So this is almost like that. And this what if video is, what if Kennedy Carter, yes, the one and only Kennedy Carter, play for the Indiana Fever in the coming season. Now, before I even get any more into this video is recommended by no other than Ben Daniels. If you ain't familiar with Ben Daniels, well, he is famous to the quote that's called a spade. So, but Ben, you know, he's very, 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 very good content creator. I have a lot of respect for him. So he brought this to light, and which Miss Adrian Ross piggyback off it. I already have thoughts to piggyback off it before I seen her video, so now I'm piggyback on it. And I'm gonna give my pros and cons of reasons why it could work and reasons why it won't work. You know what I'm saying? But it's an intriguing idea of saying, hey, what if, you know? So before, so like I said, Ben Daniels, he actually brought this up. So I'm gonna play a clip from his podcast detailing everything, and then I'm gonna chime back in and give my thoughts.
But would I say, if Kennedy Carter is available on the market, I wouldn't mind her coming to the team. Let's be honest here. We don't got to use a WNBA curve to grade Kennedy Carter's game. And now the question, Ben, what's sparking this thought process? What's sparking this? Like I told you, Tyler Marsh had his introductory press conference today with the Chicago Sky. Let's take a listen. Let's hear what he said, and then I'll go a little bit more in depth about what I'm talking about.
To answer your question specifically, we want Camilla and Angel to be good at what they do already. We want to highlight their strengths. We want to, we also want to continue to improve and figure out ways where they can score easily, or they can still be effective defensively. I think it's important to understand, though, that you know that they're kind of the cornerstones of this franchise, that championship teams are 1-1-12. Everyone has a huge part to play. Everyone has value. Everybody brings value. Doesn't matter how many minutes you play. If you look at our championship team with the Aces, you take someone like a Sidney Colson who could go stretches throughout the season without playing that many games, and then comes in the finals in Game 4, makes a huge contribution there. You look at his past finals with Minnesota, and every game is somebody different. With New York, every game is somebody different. And so that's what we want to create here with Chicago, and everybody know their importance, everybody know their value and how to contribute to a winning franchise.
All right. Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso are the cornerstones of the Chicago Sky team. I'm not too mad at that. I don't disagree too much with that. In fact, when they were originally drafted, I was like, great. Chicago's got 2 twin towers down there. 2 bigs down there. Feed the paint. Build around those 2. Surround them with 3-point shooters. But then I laid my eyes on Kennedy Carter, and I was like, damn. She's good. Then I saw Kennedy Carter play, and I'm like, man, she's a nutcase. But she's got skill. You don't got to use a WNBA curve when you grade Kennedy Carter's game. You don't. Pull a midi, handles, first step, finishing around the rim at a top of the line level, especially in the W. When it comes to the W, she finishes around the rim at an elite level. Her, Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell. Those might be the 3 guards that I've seen this whole entire season finish around the rim at an elite level as guards. Not, oh, there she goes for a layup, Kelsey Plum, brick. Not, oh, there she goes with a left-hand layup, Sabrina Ionescu, brick. But Ben, what about Kalia Copper? Yeah. I think Kennedy Carter's better. Kelsey Mitchell better. Caitlin Clark better. Now it seems like he wants to build around those two. And if we're building around 2 bigs, then do we have space for somebody who's a career 29% three-point shooter in Kennedy Carter? No. Do we have space around the rim for Kennedy Carter to finish if they're clogging the paint? No. Where does Kennedy Carter fit in all of this with the Chicago Sky and their plans? I don't think she fits. And then based on how the tail end of last season went, hey, Kennedy, take some days off. Hey, Kennedy, you don't got to suit up today. Oh, you're sick? Okay. You can take a sick day, but take 4 more days after that sick day. Just make sure you're really, really back to full strength. I think the relationship is frayed there between Kennedy Carter and Angel Reese, Kennedy Carter, the Chicago Sky. I think that relationship is a little bit on the brinks over there. Again, folks, I'm not saying we need Kennedy Carter on the Fever, but I'm saying if Kennedy Carter came to the Indiana Fever, put the ring up. Give us the rings, give us the bracelets, give us the posters, give us the pictures. It is in. Keep our roster exactly as it is. Kennedy Carter coming off the bench. It's over. It's over. Indiana Fever had nobody this year coming off the bench that can be reliable, that can give us buckets, instant offense. Kennedy Carter is that player. Folks, I know. She cheap shot at Caitlin Clark. I know. Multiple times. I get it. But we know that she's a hell of a player. We know that she can ball. Again, do we think Chicago Bulls fans were jumping for joy when news broke that they now have Dennis Rodman? I highly doubt it. Damn, you guys are getting him? This guy is... Why him? We don't need... Why Kennedy Carter? We don't need Kennedy Carter. Folks, Kennedy Carter... Her game would translate to the Indiana Fever flawlessly. Fast-paced, up-and-down offense. Even though she's not a top-level three-point shooter, she will get multiple open shots just based on Caitlin Clark collapsing the defense. You know what? You don't want to shoot the 3? Take a couple steps in. Dribble midi. Perfect. The paint will, more times than not, be open for you to drive and do what you got to do. I am all in favor of Kennedy Carter coming to Indiana because I know that would guarantee a championship. It would guarantee it. That's how talented I think she is. That's how skilled I think she is. Now, the caveat, will she just bring down the locker room? Will she just bring down the tone of the team? Will she just suck the energy out of the team with her antics? That's for Stephanie White to decide. That's for Amber Cox to decide. Do I think that's the route this team's going to go? No, I don't. I don't think that's the route that they're going to go at all. But do I think it's a fun conversation to have? I do. Do I think a full circle moment with Kennedy Carter coming to Indiana to help put us over the hump? To be Jamal Crawford? To come off the bench, give us 20? That'd be nasty, folks. In fact, we'll take 2 of the Chicago Sky players. Give me a starting lineup. Aliyah Boston, Isabel Harrison, Lexi Hole, Kelsey Mitchell, Caitlin Clark. Give me.
All right, so you hear what Ben had to say, and in some ways, I do agree with him. I mean, I guess I could say in about 100%, I do agree with Ben because Kennedy is very skilled. She is very, very talented, but there's a downside to that as well. And this is where I get to play devil's advocate and I get to dig in a little bit more. All right, so let's go with the pros for Kennedy Carter. Now, you heard what Tyler Marsh said in the beginning. He said that, hey, Angel Reese and Cardozo are the cornerstones. But we all know in that franchise, is can Angel Reese play fair? Can she not get more touches? Because Cardozo should get more of the touches because she's a force down the middle. Let's not make no mistake about that. Weatherspoon did not manage her right. She did not play Cardozo right. She should have got more minutes than Angel Reese because Angel Reese's skill is not elite. Now, granted, yeah, Tyler Marsh is going to work with her, but she's not going to be an Aja Wilson. She's not going to be a Little Boston. She's not going to be a Jockwell Jones in the league. She's not. She's probably going to be an average person. Rebounding is her game. Shooting wise, yeah, she's probably going to be a decent shooter, but you can't rely on her throughout the game for points. You're not going to be able to do that with Aliyah Boston. With Angel Reese. For the rest of the Chicago Sky, we already know Dana Evans is going to be gone. Izzy Harrison is going to be gone, which I already advocated for Izzy Harrison to come to the Indiana Fever to either be in a backup role or in the starting front court because Izzy Harrison is good. She's good. She's just been playing behind them. But when she was in the game, you see what she does. When she got her time to shine, she shined. So I think Izzy Harris would be a great backup if we was to get Satu Sabally. That would be nasty. But like I said, I will be doing my free agent list because I have updated, and I'll go into a little bit more. But now, for the Indiana Fever and this Kennedy Carter was the work situation. The plus side of this is what if they was not able to get a Kelsey Mitchell? That's the only way I could see them entertaining the thought of a Kennedy Carter. Because you think about it, Kelsey Mitchell and Kennedy Carter are probably the two of the fastest, quickest guards off the dribble getting to the rim, bar none. Now, Kelsey Mitchell could shoot threes at a clip. Her mid-range is pretty good. I don't think it's better than Kennedy Carter, though. Kennedy Carter could get to the basket at will. She has probably the fastest, quickest step to Kelsey Mitchell in the league. And when she pulls up, she has a pull-up that is almost automatic. She has they call her baby AI for a reason. If you didn't watch her at Texas A&M, you wouldn't know who Kennedy Carter was. I think her and Enrique Umawale for the Dallas Wings, they went toe-to-toe in college, and they battled. Now, the thing about it is we already know that Kennedy Carter is a bucket. She could get buckets. She could get to the rim. Now, she's not a strong three-point shooter, but she could get to the foul line, and that's something that the Indiana Fever struggle with is getting to the foul line. Even with Caitlin Clark driving to the basket and getting fouled, she didn't get half of the calls. I think Kennedy Carter, with her size, can. She's a little bit stouty. You know what I'm saying? She's quick. She's not very injury prone. That's a good thing. And she's younger. She's younger than Kelsey Mitchell. Now, the great thing about it is, with the Caitlin Clark on the floor, I think Kennedy Carter game would go a little bit further than Kelsey Mitchell's. And here's why. Because Kennedy Carter can run the floor. She's very quick. She could get out in transition real fast. Plus, if you think about this, say you had a lineup with Caitlin, Carter, Satu, Boston, and I'm gonna throw Izzy Harrison in that mix. That front court right there. Your front court is big. You think about this. You have quick, fast players, rangy players that could cover three, could shut off anything. You know what I'm saying? Caitlin running. You could pass it to Carter. Carter could slash in. Once the defense try to collapse on her, she could either kick it back out to Caitlin for a shot, or she could kick it to Satu. Satu could dribble, kick it back out, or she could dump it down to Aliyah Boston. There is so many different facets to that lineup and then you got to think about Izzy Bell Harrison could shoot threes too, just like Satu. So you have your outside help. You got a dribble penetration. Then you got to think about this. Who are you going to collapse on? You can't leave Caitlin open. You can't leave Satu open. You can't leave Izzy open. You damn sure can't leave Carter open. Then Aliyah Boston plays down low. She gets to eat all day because all you got to do is feed the paint because they too busy sucking out. So Aliyah Boston could even have a career year. You know what I'm saying? You think about this. Kennedy Carter definitely could do a lot of work as she was in the starting lineup. Now, say, for instance, if you kept Kelsey Mitchell and put her in the lineup and had Kennedy Carter come off the bench with the same lineup, you ain't missing nothing because guess what? Carter could come in for Mitchell. Then you could have another guard come in for Caitlin, or you could run a Caitlin and Carter two-man game on the floor. You definitely don't have the luxury to leave either one of them open because, like I said, you're going to have a lot of dynamic facets in the game. Plus, this team will be able to play defensively a whole lot better. Plus, they could get out and transition a little bit faster because you got to think about it. Carter has a great wingspan. You know what I'm saying? She moves her feet very well. And now, if Carter was to work on her three-point shooting, she'll be damn near unstoppable in the league. She would be damn near unstoppable. Because even though you got Kalia Copper in Phoenix, that she could get to the bucket as well, but she's not efficient. You got Rike in Dallas that could get to the bucket, but I think she's a better outside shooter than Kennedy Carter and then Aliyah Copper. So you have a lot of facets. She damn sure better than Kelsey Plum. Kennedy Carter way better than Kelsey Plum. But to have that lineup to work like that will be you literally would get to play with that lineup easily because you have a person like Caitlin, Mitchell, and Carter, or if Mitchell ain't there, you still have somebody that come off the bench. Then you add Alexi Hall in the mix that could run the floor with them. You know what I'm saying? And whoever else you have on the bench. You will have a tremendous defensive team along with a great offensive team that could run up down the floor and get buckets at will. Because you won't be able to pressure Caitlin Clark 94 feet. You have another ball handler on the floor because Satu is another ball handler. So you definitely don't want the ball in Carter's hand. Now Carter could get by you, with a pick. I think certain parts of her game, like her passing, needs a little bit of work. But when it comes to driving downhill, oh yeah, she's that girl. Now, for the con of that, I gave you the pro. Now I'm gonna give you the con. Her mental stability is the issue. Her game is not the issue. Her mental stability, her mindset, how well she feel like she's been slighted. You go back to her time at Atlanta, her issues with Liz Cambridge. You can see it with the Chicago Sky this year. She's out of the game, in the game, got hurt, not hurt, sick. She got sick a couple of times, in and out, in and out, in and out. when she started the season, she came off the bench. Then a lot of people advocated, oh, Kennedy needs to start. She needs to start. Then they started to start their lineup. Then it took away the focus of Angel Reese. So they wanted to make sure Angel Reese continued to get that dub. You know what I'm saying? And then now they try to put Kennedy Carter in the back seat. And she wasn't having it. If you think about it, when the Chicago Sky was more successful, they had Marina Mabry and Kennedy Carter in the lineup. It was more successful. But they wanted to continue to focus on Angel Reese so much to where Marina Mabry asked to be out. Kennedy Carter, I think Kennedy Carter and Marina Mabry was friends. I think they had a good relationship. And I just think the deterioration inside that franchise kind of tore them apart. Because if you was able to build around your bigs like Tyler Marsh illustrated, your guards would have been the more focal point of the team. You need guards that's more focal than your big man because, yeah, you can have a big man on your team. It's not like how the Las Vegas Aces have Asia Wilson and she's got the focal point, but you put a lot of weapons around her. You know what I'm saying? But you think about it. A lot of her weapons is not really that good. I don't see them getting a lot of shooting help for the Chicago Sky. And if Tyler Marsh did not mention Kennedy Carter, and I think she's going to be looking to be elsewhere. But the thing about it, can she taper down her antics? Can she taper down her mental aspect? Can she really become a player just on reputation of being a good player, a great player, without the me against the world mentality? You know, she almost like a Ja Morant in the WNBA right now. Ja Morant, as talented he is, but his antics overshadows that. Because when he's on the court, he's unbelievable. Same thing with Kennedy Carter. When she's on the court, she's unbelievable. But her attitude, her aggression takes a back seat. Now, a lot of fans would not accept Kennedy Carter on the Indiana Fever. Could she make the Indiana Fever 10 times better? Hell yes, she can. The Indiana Fever could make. I mean, they still could make a championship run with or without her. I mean, I'm not saying that we need her to get to make a championship run or win a championship. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that having her is an extra punch. It's like when you're making Kool-Aid at home and it still got that tart taste to it and you add a little bit more sugar and they give you that, that's what Kennedy Carter would give. Same thing with Dennis Rodman in the second three-peat for the Bulls. He gave them that because Horace Grant was going. They needed somebody. Now, like I say, I only see Kennedy Carter coming to the Fever if the Fever could not get Kelsey Mitchell back. And if they was able to be in play for Kennedy Carter, could she take less money and be able to play on a 1-year deal and say, hey, you know, you come in, you play, you come off the bench the season behind Mitchell. Would Caitlin Clark agree to it? That's another thing. It has to work for Caitlin Clark. And if Caitlin Clark doesn't agree with it, that shit is not even happening at all. So as much as I like Kennedy Carter and everything, her game-wise, her game, not her attitude, I think she could help any team, but she can also destroy any team as well because you see all the antics he did. And I think all of that is bad influence from Angel Reese, to be completely honest with you. I think when Kennedy Carter came in and she got a chance to play again, she felt like, okay, she had a second chance. But T. Witherspoon and Angel Reese kind of had her, they didn't allow her to have more maturity. I think you need a coach like Stephanie White, You need a coach like Becky Hammond. You need a coach like Cheryl Reeves to really tap into a talent like Kennedy Carter and bring her down to earth, because you're not gonna play the same way. You play reckless and all of that stuff with other teams or other coaches, but some coaches are not gonna play that. You have to play into their system, and I think Kennedy Carter has to show that she's willing to be a complete team player and not a selfish player, especially if she's trying to win a title or whatever. Because me personally, if I was Kennedy Carter right now, I would look to change my image going forward. Hey, if I was asked anything about Caitlin Clark, I was like, hell, you know what? Caitlin Clark, what we had last year is bad on my part, but you can't deny what she brings to the game. Stop talking good about Caitlin Clark. That'll get you back in the favor with the Fever fans and Caitlin Clark fans. It'll get you back in favor. And then we can look at you a little bit differently. But that hit that she had on Caitlin Clark, that's a stigma on her, because we don't like that. So, and it's going to take something extraordinary for her to really, for us to say, yeah, we want her on the Fever. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, Ben Daniels had a great point. He had a great point about this. But make no mistake, the bad side of Kennedy Carter outweighs the good side. The girl got game. She really could play the game of basketball. She needs a coach that's going to really, really show her the way is a different way than being the way she is. And that's just my personal opinion on it. I think she's a great player. I think she still could play at a high level. She just needs somebody to really mold her into a different type of young lady. I think if Kennedy Carter got picked up in the off season right out the gate with the Indiana Fever, I think it would have been a little bit different for her. Now, Coach Size was a different breed at that time. But same thing with Marina Murray. When she went over there, she went with Stephanie White. You see how Dejanay Carrington, her attitude, and Alyssa Thomas rubbed off on Marina Murray, and she started having them antics back. Certain players need to have good vibes around them to make them play differently. And you don't have to always be around quote-unquote dogs. You could be a dog and a good player and a polite player. Like Caitlin. Caitlin is a silent assassin. She might talk trash on the court. That's her playground. But out in public, she's America's sweetheart. So, but let me know what you think about this what if episode video I just put out with Kennedy Carter. Would she make a good teammate, basketball-wise? Personal-wise, I don't think so. I don't think it's ever going to happen. It'll take the act of God for that to happen. But until then, enjoy your day. Like, comment, subscribe. You know what to do. Anytime I drop a hardcore video, it's your boy, LiveWire Sports Media, and I'm out.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? LiveWire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is LiveWire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.